Good morning, students. Welcome to the BoS Studies Success at CA exam for CA Foundation student. Myself, Dr. N.V. Ravi, Faculty BoS Studies. Today's paper is Paper 3, Quantitative Aptitude. Here we are going to discuss and suggest some kind of tips related to the examination point of view, which is going to conduct in January. Let us come to the point of Foundation Paper 3 Quantitative Aptitude, which is of 100 marks paper and 100% application analysis and based paper. And here all are MCQ objective type of question paper. All questions should carry 1 marks each. Each question should have the 4 choices, out of which you have to mark one correct answer only. In case if you're marking negative or wrong answer, negative mark for negative marking of answer, 1/4 of that negative marking will be there, and examination duration is of 2 hours actually. And you know very well this is a quantitative aptitude paper. The ratio of the business mathematics is 40 marks, logical reasoning 20 marks, and statistics part is 40 marks. Coming to the weightage of the marks in the business mathematics and logical reasoning and statistics, chapter wise will be discussing in the next coming slides also be. Coming to the importance of that, you never forget your goals and keep your mind on them. When your mind is fully focused on your task, you will sure to succeed also be. That your task is your goals is also be very important. So to make success in your mind should be fully focused on that goals are also which you should be achieved, the task also be. And further, to succeed, focus on practice in these subjects also be, especially in the chartered accountants course. To succeed, focus on practicing a variety of questions, revising key concepts, and managing your time efficiently. Regular revision and mock tests will help build your confidence and improve your ability to handle exam pressure also. This is the importance that we want to guide you. Before going to exam, you have to practice the variety of questions are also be. And like based on that, revising the key concepts which is available in the study material, and like revision test papers and mock test papers that carrying confidence and improving your ability to handle exam pressure also. That's why we are conducting the mock test papers that will definitely helpful for handle the pressure also. Now coming to the paper Foundation Paper 3 Quantitative Aptitude, and believe in yourself, achieve your dreams are also be here. That means when you want to achieve for the chartered accountancy course, you have to be believe in yourself and achieve your dreams also be. And further, you know very well the date sheets also be came for the paper 1 is 18th January and paper 2 is on 20th January, and quantitative aptitude paper is on 22nd January, and business economics on 24th January. For paper 3 and paper 4, the examination timings are 2 to 4, 2 to 4. And some important key steps before conducting the before going to examination also be, I want to give some kind of tips also be. Yes, I I read the queries which are there actually in the exam, and which are given in the mock test papers are also be. Mr. Akshit has raised the question. And good morning to Akshit and everybody, those who are joined here. I welcome you all. And meanwhile, here I may not be explain actually all the kind of mock test papers, so due to time constraint also be. You may reach at my landline number. I can definitely explain those questions who are facing any kind of problems are also be. Now coming to the questions which are some important key steps which I want to give, which is already available in that study material as well as the uh, your sarans also be. Master, when you want to master the especially this is the quantitative aptitude, basically application oriented paper. Most of the things when we divide the basic mathematics and statistics, which are basically formula based also be. Formulas based means application, simple fundamentals only be here we have discussed actually. For that you need a formula sheets also be you have to prepare, and which is given in the every study material, the chapter end of the study material also be summary also given actually. If you look at there actually it has been given there also be. So now I request you to carefully read this kind of applications are also be, that will definitely helpful to you also be. Apart from that, apart from that, you have to focus on the study material which are regularly the exam related questions, which are the practice them regularly, and the mock test papers are also be that will give you confidence on that. Revision test papers are also be. The mock test papers will definitely helpful to you for the regular time management also be. And prioritize the topics based on your strengths and weightage that they carry in the exam also. If you look at the start topic of the mathematics, business mathematics, logical reasoning and statistics, just I shift on totally to the part B, part C of this material. Part A consists of 40 marks weightage. Part B, that is the logical reasoning, carrying 20 marks, and statistics carrying 40 marks weightage. If you totally shift this question paper also be to the logical reasoning and statistics part, that will helpful to you for getting your confidence that you don't feel that mathematics paper, quantitative paper is difficult paper to understand also be, and you will be definitely successful in the exam also be. And most of the questions are also be simple and formula based also be. When you look at the logical reasoning concepts also be, those concepts are simple to understand. One time if you are able to understand the logic clearly, that you can clearly understand that logic also be. Just I am seeing the what kind of questions you are asking in the exam, and further moving to the the logical reasoning part carrying that 4 chapters actually: number series and odd man out, coding and decoding. Next one is seating arrangements, direction test, direction test. Next one is direction test. Apart from that, blood relations are also. These questions are each chapter consisting 5 marks weightage. That means 5 into 4, 20 marks coming from this chapter. Except in the sitting arrangements, some kind of lengthy questions are there. Then remaining questions are easy to understand and easy to also be. And sitting arrangements questions, you have to practice well. You have to read thoroughly the question 1 or 2 times very well. Only 1 or 2 questions are little bit lengthy also be. Above all, the sitting arrangements questions are also very interesting to understand the questions very well, and to elaborate the logic also be. And who is immediately sitting, who is sitting right, immediately right or right side, that kind of who is sitting immediately left or left, there is a difference on this kind of concepts are also be. Try to understand those kind of concepts very clearly, and that would be, once you understand that facing these opposite sides and facing towards northern side and facing towards the south, and kind of facing towards east, facing towards west, such kind of uh, questions are there while understanding the logic also be. Next, direction sense stress also be very interesting and important also be, as far as the examination point of view also be that. And see the directions that what kind of directions are also be there. And if you thoroughly understand that this is a north, this is a south, east, west, in corner this is a northeast, this is a southwest, and this is a southeast, and this is a northwest. Like that, if you see the direction also be, 8 directions are available. Whether if you come this side um, clockwise, if you go in the opposite direction from north to south, it is a anti-clockwise direction. And if you come this side, this is a clockwise direction also be. And you have to understand the what is the degrees are also be here. That suppose if you understand this from here 90 degrees, this is a 180 degrees, 270 and 360 and 45 and again 45. This is also be very important. These corners are also be, and whether it is going in a what kind of first suppose 0 degrees, 45, 90, like that, 135 and 180 degrees. You have to just understand that how it is moving in a which direction also be. After it's come to this here 360 degrees also be like that. Okay, please let us understand the logic behind each chapter and how we can able to compute and understand from each section are also be. And blood relations are also be very important actually. In blood relation are also be, if you see that generations are also be grand, if your generation means just a kind of 3 generations of father up to grandfather, great grandfather, like that. Next one is further, if you move that, next one is next is your son, your grandson. Like that, you have to understand the queries are also the questions are also three generations how it can be solved and understand also be. Some kind of mathematical symbols are also be mentioned in the queries, so that also we have to understand how it can be interpreted properly with reference to the given questions are also be. And they are very important in nature, just to understand the logic very carefully also be. And further learn the shortcut tricks also be, which are very important for the chapter wise also be. And suppose mean proportionals of two values AC, and a mean proportion between that, and what is the geometric the harmonic mean of 2 and 2ab by a plus b, like that. The shortcuts are also be very important to understand that actually. And revise regularly, check your answers are also be, use the latest updated study materials also of ICAI also, and watch ICAI regularly ICAI online live classes also, that mentoring sessions are also. Stay positive and manage your stress also be that. These are the basic things that I want to explain here also. Some of the guidelines which I want to share with you. And what is the pattern of the examination already have been discussed in the initial section, um, beginning of that. This is a pattern of that MCQ based exam also be. And paper 3, business mathematics, logical reasoning and statistics, and which is a 100 marks objective kind of questions, and that each carry 1 marks, and each having the 4 choices, out of which one would be correct answer. Yes, there is a negative marking in the CA Foundation paper 3 and paper 4 also be there. That is, for each wrong answer there will be a 1/4 of a wrong or incorrect response. And further, multiple darkened circle will also be wrong responses in these two papers actually. Suppose if you have answered multiple darkened circles, that also be treated as the wrong options also. Duration of the exam is the 2 hours duration of the exam. And what will be the selection of the weightage of this 100% analysis and application based paper also be. Total 100 marks objective paper also be, for business mathematics 40 and logical reasoning 20. And next one is the, if you have any further query, and you can call me to my landline number in the office also be, to the function subject like 0120 3045 949 also be. And there is no advanced timing for this paper also, business this quantitative aptitude, and for that there is no advanced timings like earlier papers also. Next one is very important query is, many students may feel that whether the calculator allowed in foundation examination or not. Yes, it is allowed. Use of calculator is allowed. Use of battery operated portable calculator in the exam. The calculator can be type of up to 6 functions, 12 digits, up to 2 memories, and scientific calculators are also be not allowed actually. 6 functions, 12 digits, and 2 memories are allowed in the examination, and the scientific calculators are all not allowed here. And yes, the previous question papers are also be available in the website also be that as per the new guidelines. Okay. And questions be checked thoroughly, completeness and clarity. The language of the question should be clear, and there is no such problems will be had. And the the question paper should be balanced and covering of the syllabus completely, and based on the syllabus are also be. And further, I want to guide just some kind of resources are also be available, and you can see the for the Sarans is a one kind of material we have prepared very beautiful manner for each subject are also be, and this Sarans is carrying like quick reference material for the foundation level. All the subjects are also be for us for mathematics the quantitative aptitude paper 3 it has been prepared very well and beautiful colorful manner. Even some of the answers are also important questions of paper, especially what I had noticed from these chapters, paper 1, chapter 1 and chapter 3, chapter 4, especially the mathematics of finance and even statistics part, logical reasoning part. Many important questions are also be very, the answers with the questions are also be given, and so that will definitely helpful and guide you for the examination point of view also be. And further I move into the other important things actually. The April 2024 on April sorry on the if you see the students journals of the students chartered accountant journal and April 2024 edition and May 2024 exam edition and September 2024 edition. These editions are carrying like that very important tips for the examination subject wise also be there, and that will be definitely helpful, and the tips were also be given how chapter wise what kind of things you have to prepare also be that. And further when you further to practice very well, see the your OMR sheets also be which are available in the download that OMR sheet and practice well, and practice the circles, and where the circles are mentioned you have to darken the paper the pencil with the HB pencil only, and the rest of the places where what kind of guidelines are given that you have to give the with the pens. So wherever necessary pencil has to be used or pen are used, that kind of guidelines are also given in the website. If you look at the website also be that. Now the categorically the syllabus point of view, when you come to the syllabus of the foundation paper 3 quantitative aptitude, and this is a pure numerically application oriented paper, and business mathematics 40 marks, which is this is a purely numerical based syllabus at the chapter 12. If you sorry charge found at the 12th syllabus, 11th and 12th syllabus of applied mathematics of the CA foundation, or like a sorry CBSE NCRT syllabus, CBSE, that is totally based on the the coverage of the syllabus is also application based like a CA syllabus only, and there little bit elaborately discussed here. We have taken the some of the chapters very application based only. Even in the logical reasoning tests are also be tested here, and based on once you understand the tests and very well, the scoring provided you practice well also be. And if you look at the 11th and the 12th applied mathematics syllabus of the CBSE or NCRT syllabus are also be, that helps you to understand the syllabus of the foundation 3 paper 3 quantitative aptitude, how it is easy to understand also be here. Most of these students are difficult to feel like mathematics is a tough paper and mathematics is not able to understand also be, but most of the concepts are like within the post study within the syllabus of the up to the standard of 10th SSLC or SSSC or CBSE boards and up to 12th standard syllabus of applied mathematics only. And here in the since it's a business mathematics, we are not testing any kind of like um, trigonometric or scientific applications are also. So concentrate on that normal, linear, algebraic, exponential functions only, which are helpful in the trigonometric applications as well as in the business applications are also. So we need not to prepare on the those kind of trigonometric or scientific or inverse trigonometric or hyperbolic functions which are not at all there in here syllabus are also. You need not worry about those kind of concepts are also be. And logical reasoning tests are very simple tests actually, and like number series, number series, and further alphabetical series, and then after that odd man out series. Next one is the coding and decoding. This very important for the examination point of view, and seating arrangements and seating arrangements. Next one is the uh, direction sense test. After that, blood relations actually. Statistics also be carrying the 40 marks weightage, and numerical here the statistics portion 40 marks, out of which actually the when we come to the weightage discussion point of view, there we can discuss about the each chapter how it carries, and here also the 12th class applied mathematics syllabus concepts which are being discussed, and which are all easy to understand also be the concepts are based on the simple the conditions are also preconditions only, and each concepts have been developed and understand very easily also be. Now let us come move to the another slide how the other concepts wise. Some is specified related to preparing quantitative. Read carefully. Use of ICAI material. Plan your approach are also be. Next, some specified points related to preparing quantitative. Use the calculator also be. Then the calculator tips already discussed also be. Now just again now I'm moving to the very important slides which are chapter wise how much weightage is given in the examination point of view also be. That kind of discussion will be coming here. Look at this table shows the chapter wise weightage in our given bill actually. Already we have discussed about the mathematics, business mathematics, which has given the weightage of 40 marks are also be given actually. And in that 40 marks, now mathematics of finance carrying up to weightage of maximum 14 marks are also be. Even in the last September 25 attempt also be that kind of weightage also be given. Now coming to the ratio, proportion, indices and logarithms are also be. This is a chapter 1, and ratio 1 question, proportions 1 question, indices 1 question, logarithms 1 question. Like that the questions may carry here in the examination point of view. Arithmetic progression, geometric progression, sometimes 3 or 4 questions are asking from this chapter also be. Last time it was around 3 questions or 4 questions. Next one is the equations chapter also be very important. Quadratic equation, cubic equation and some kind of theoretical questions are also be asking in the examination point of view. Some of it may like 4 questions or 5 questions, maximum 5 questions are asked expected questions are there in the exam point of view. If you sum up these 28 questions, that is 28 by 40, coverage is 50% of the syllabus and 70% of the coverage of, that means 28 of 40 marks. Next one is sets, relations, functions, basics of limits and continuity functions are also there. And sets one question, relation one question, functions one question, sometimes limits also, continuity one question. This time September 25 they did not ask any question from the limits and continuity. They have asked from these sets, relations and functions only. And the linear inequality, one or two questions, and total linear inequality also be very important, easy to understand there also. And when what is the maximum or minima questions related also, minimum when it is maximum there less than symbol and a minimum greater than symbol, such kind of symbols, when you thoroughly understand the question, you can able to just understand the constraints how it can be formed also be. And coverage is 75% of the syllabus and 80% of the coverage, that is 33 by 40. Now let us move to the very important chapter, that is the business mathematics. In the permutation and combinations are also be. It is a very uh, interesting and logical oriented topic also be. Permutation and combinations are also be. It has been explained very well in the last sections are also be. I had presented there in the session actually. And if you see the our sharans and our material also be carrying very good questions. And yeah, my request is just study the especially for this topic I like permutation and combinations thoroughly, read the examples, which are examples as well as um, the exercise related questions are also be very interesting, or a very nice questions are given in the study material also be. And application of differential and integral calculus. And already I had discussed about there is no the like trigonometric applications are not there. And let us concentrate on the important aspect as margin. What is the meaning of the marginal cost, marginal revenue? And when the function is given, the marginal revenue or the total revenue function is given, if you differentiate that function, you can get the marginal revenue function also. When the differentiate the total cost function, you will obtain the marginal cost function. When you want to obtain the prices, actually equate the marginal revenue, MC equal to MR condition also be. And maximum minimum related functions are also. Second degree is the less than 0 maximum function. Second degree greater than, when it is a minimum also be. Like that you have to understand the differential applications. And similarly the integral applications are also. When the as far as the economics application point of view, when you integrate the marginal cost function, you obtain the total cost function. When you integrate the total revenue function, you obtain the marginal uh, integrate the marginal revenue function, you obtain the total revenue function. Like that, the you understand the logic behind the usage of application of differential and integral calculus also be. This is quite interesting and application oriented of the business applications also here. And here about the weightage and has been given. And now coming to the table shows chapter wise weightage are also given here. Logical reasoning carries the 20 marks weightage also be given. The expected questions chapter wise already discussed, but let us see the once again number series, coding, decoding and odd man out. Expected number of questions are like 5 questions already. Weightage are also given for the examination point of view. and a direction test 5 questions, and seating arrangements 5 questions, and blood relations 5 questions. That means here the weightage is given like 20 marks for this chapter also be. Next, move to the statistics part, and I'm just giving the break for 2 minutes. I will come back on this. Nishar, 2 minutes break करना. Nisarg, are you there? Let us see the quantitative aptitude. Now I move to the chapter wise weightage are given below, and statistical description of data. Nisharg, what happened? Shall I start? Hmm. Welcome back again, students. We are discussing about the weightage and the expected number of questions chapter wise. In the last slide, we have discussed about the business mathematics and logical reasoning part. Now coming to the statistics part, which is of 40 marks weightage, and the statistical description of data and sampling and measures of central tendency and dispersion. Combining of these two chapters means 4 units here. Actually, statistical description of data and sampling having the weightage of like measures of central tendency is one part, and the dispersion is measures of dispersion is another part, that is carrying 20 marks weightage. Sum of all this means 20 marks weightage. Correlation regression 5 marks, and we are expected already in the last question paper also it has come like that. Actually, in the last question paper also be September 2025, the weightage has given like that also be. If we move to the uh, the index numbers are also be 5 questions were given in the September 2025 examination also be, and from the correlation regression also be 5 questions. That means if you can focus on these chapters are also be these two uh, also, that is the 30 marks of 40 questions. That means 40 marks, 75% marks coverage in 67% of the statistics syllabus are also be, which is very important. And if you thoroughly prepare this, that means you can be able to get the 30 plus even in the 20 marks from the logical reasoning. That means 50 marks means very easily you can able to score very well also be. Even that you can't ignore that the other topics also be like that, and the statistics also be that also be very important and interesting also be. And probability and expected probabilities, that means like theory of expectation बोलते actually उसका. That means um, that is also be carrying in the combining of probability also 5 marks, 5 questions are expected for the examination point of view. And theoretical distributions, the theoretical distributions are categorized into two. One is the discrete distributions and continuous distribution also. In the discrete distribution, binomial Poisson distributions are there. In the normal distribution, continuous distribution, normal T of chi-squares are there. But as far as the syllabus is concerned, the continuous distribution on like normal distribution is covered in the syllabus only. And if you see the upcoming January 26, uh, there we have mentioned like that about the important probability and theoretical distribution concepts which are explained in a simple manner also be, that also be very helpful for the examination point of view. How you can remember the formulas very easily, and like how we can able to understand that formulas very simple manner, and that also helpful in the student journal also be. Now the coming to the important answer, the concepts. Now I move to the what are the concepts which are given, and how the chapter wise questions are covered, and which are the main list of formulas, and I move into the chapter wise also be that. Now just a chapter wise I am coming to the ratio and proportions and indices also be the given. If you understand what is the ratio and the types of ratio, inverse ratio and compound ratio. And in that compound ratio, the types of ratio, duplicate ratio, what is meant by duplicate ratio, what is meant by subduplicate ratio, what is meant by subtriplicate ratio also be given actually. And what is the first, suppose if we compare the two numbers with are like prices are also be that two quantities are also A is to B, and how it is. The first one is called antecedent and B is called the consequential. Second term is called the consequential also be. And related to that, various formulas are also be given. And what is the uh, inverse ratio? And suppose this is the ratio, and inverse ratio means that and reversely if you mention that B is to A, B is to A also B. And what is the some properties related to the ratios are also B, and what is the continued ratios, and what are the properties related to the ratios are also B, like what is the compound ratio, and what kind of properties. These are all very important for the examination point of view also be. What is the what is the duplicate ratio means, suppose A is to B is there, then duplicate ratio means A square is to B square, and suppose then square root of A is to square root of B is the subduplicate ratio. This is the subduplicate. And a triplicate means simply it is a cubed is to B cubed, like that. And subtriplicate means it is A to the power of 1 b cube root of A is to cube root of B, that is B to the power of 1/3. Like that, you have to understand the concept simply manner, and how these applications are used also be. Next one is comparing of two ratios means like it is called the like proportions are also be. What is the proportion means the proportions, and their properties are also. And A is to B is equal to C is to D, and D is called the fourth proportion also be. And what are, and A is to B equal to C is to the proportions A by B equal to C by D, then AD equal to B, like that. You have to, the product of extremes equal to product of means also be. This is called cross product rules also be. When, and then three ratios are there, A is to B is to C, and B equal to B. A, B, C are same kind, then they are continuous proportions. Then A is to B equal to B is to C, then A by B equal to B by C, B square equal to C, B square equal to AC. And the mean proportion equal to B equal to square root of AC also be. Like that, what are the compound endo and the dividend, various properties of proportions are also be given, that you have to understand from these concepts are also. And next one is the how the from this chapter one or two questions, like from say some ratios one question, and product proportion one questions are expected also be. Next, move to the logic, the laws of indices. There are four laws of indices are also be given formulas, and what kind of formulas, that if you study that law 1, law 2, law 3, law 4 are also be given, and those laws are also be very important for the examination point of view also. Just a moment, I coming to that point. You all know very well the four formulas already we have been discussed here also. Be the law 1 is a power m into a power n equal to a power m plus n, and next one is law 2 equal to this law 2 equal to a power m by a power n equal to a power m minus n. Next law 3 equal to a power m whole power equal to a power mn. Next law 4 equal to ab ab whole power n equal to a power n into b power n. Like that, the four laws are also be mentioned, and the a is base and m is the exponent of the power. This what is the base and power? A is base and m is a power or exponent actually here. Like that, you have to understand the formulas are also. What are next move to the logarithms are also be. What is the definition of the logarithms are also be, just try to understand. And in the last question examination point of also be that one question was like a base. What is the suppose you want to understand the question actually. Suppose 2 cubed can be written as 8. 2 cubed equal to 8. The simple logarithmic, well, log 8 base 2 equal to 3. This is the definition of the logarithmic also based on that. This is the 2 cubed equal to a. This log 8 base 2 equal to 3. This is the formula that here also fundamental laws of logarithms are also be mentioned. This is the simple product rule, quotient rule, and exponents are also be mentioned, and with related to the logarithmic concepts are also. Seriously, just look at those concepts, and that can be helpful. And even in the last time examination also the formula was little lengthy, maybe it has mixed into the algebraic as well as the basic fundamentals of logarithms are also be given covered. Next next move to the second chapter, which is the very important, that is the how they can have to understand the basic equations, application of equation, how it can be expressed in the simple equations, simultaneous equations with two unknowns, and methods of solving three linear equations with three variables. And suppose the equation having the one variable, one actually we can have the two unknowns are also be like by equal to a plus b, first degree polynomial. Suppose if it is the second degree equation, then we have the two roots are also be there. If it is third degree, the three unknown roots are there. Next one is the nature of the roots are also be very important in the as far as the quadratic means it is the second degree equation, and how it can be expressed also be you know very well, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Here the degree of the equation is the second, and then we have the two unknown roots are also there. It is decided based on their discriminant, and d equal to b square minus 4ac value also be, and the nature of roots how it can be find out, which are also be given in the material. This is also very important for the exam point of view also, whether they are real or kind of like equal and their roots are real or unequal roots, and when it is equal to 0, the b square minus 4 roots are real and equal, and when the b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then roots are real and unequal roots are also be that roots are, and b square minus 4ac less than 0, the roots are imaginary also be that. This can be just roots are find like that, x equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a also, and this is called the d discriminant, and b square minus 4ac this value, the d is greater than 0, then roots are real and unequal also be, and equal d is equal to 0, roots are real and equal also be like that, and when d is less than 0, then roots are the imaginary roots also. Just look at that formula sheets which are all given in the 2.15 page of the 2.16 page of the study material also be. This helps for the solving the questions are also be. Next, cubic equations are also be very important. How it can be solved also be uh, that are very important also be. And next one is very important, mathematics of the next finance are also be very important. Practice the numerical problems, practice solving a variety of numerical problems related to the topics like time value of money. Since the CA course involved financial calculation and analysis, focus on topics like compound interest, simple interest, annuities, present value, future value, bond valuation, and depreciation methods, which are very important for the examination point of view also. And the linear equality is first development of the equalities are like descriptive problems are also be given actually. From that, you have to find the solution space, and like a number line also be you have to find, and whether it is greater than 0 or greater than or equal to 0 constraints, or less than 0 or less than or equal to 0, and graph the linear inequalities, determine the common region and a feasible region and a few optimal solutions. These are a little bit advanced solutions, but our here syllabus is also be that where the common region, common portions are also be given, and if you look at thoroughly the study material, where mentioned all kind of examples are also be given, and that will be definitely helpful to you. Now I had already discussed about the mathematics of finance concepts are also be, those concepts are very important, very interesting, and as far as the finding the EMIs and how the interest would be paid and best options would be, you will be able to understand, and for that actually periods also be compounding and annuities, and present value, future value, and present value of annuity, future value of annuity. The payment is paid immediately or at the end of a month actually also. These two kind of categories are also be given, and depreciation also be given, and next one is um, in the syllabus point of view, what are the like leasing and capital expenditure, valuation of bonds are also be given, calculation of perpetuity, and net present value, nominal rate of return, and compound annual growth rate also be very important for the question point of view, examination point of view also be this compound annual CAGR, how it is the growth is increased in a company over a period of time also be. This helps to calculate the growth rate, how it is moving. Next important topic is the basic concepts of Permutations and combinations. Many students feel that these concepts are little difficult to understand, but when able to understand the logic very clearly, the before that actually, um, how the arrangements can be made also be the how the what is the meaning of the factorials are also be how factors can be divided. Suppose 0 is nothing but 0 factorial also be one object is there, how it can be arranged like also be like 0 factorial is 1 also be next 1 factorial 1 2 factorial 2 like that this Laplace transformation it has been come out actually basically. Fundamental principles and the multiplication rules and addition rules are also be essential to understand the before understand the fundamental the permutation and the combinations are also be. And what are the properties related to permutations? Properties, circular permutation, what it mean? Permutations with restrictions are also be given. Combinations and combinations, their properties are also be important. And for this topic, when you want to understand this thoroughly, the first focus on the study material examples, which are all just solve all kind of examples. Then you will be able to uh, um, solve the questions very easily also, and formulas are also categorically given also be. Next move to the next chapter also be on that is of like a sequence, series, arithmetic and geometric progression also be. And once you understand what is the kind of sequence means, how this um, an order collection of the objects, it is called sequence actually, and the collection of objects actually, which is putting in a roster in the finite series or infinite, which is a countable or uncountable, it is a infinite kind of series actually. uh, then move to the series. The if you the sum of the elements of the sequence is called the series actually. The sum of the elements of the series is called series. And the a sequence is a positive consisting of numbers are also be. If it is the countable also be, then finite series. And if it is not countable, means infinite series are also be. Next arithmetic progression and geometric progression are the two kind of series which is in the study material syllabus of the foundation level also be. What is the arithmetic progression and what is the geometric progression, which are also be given in the material also be. What is the first term, second term and third term, like that etc. n terms are there. If you're talking about the if you talk about the arithmetic progression, the difference of successive two terms are the same for all the terms. That means it is moving in a same kind of like that. Suppose 2 4 6 8 10, the difference is the same, so it is called the arithmetic progression also be. And like that, the first term is a the difference of the two terms is the common difference actually. The d equal to t2 minus t1, like that. This difference of the any two successive terms are the same. And what is the nth term is there, tn equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Like that, you have to understand that what is the first term and the common difference and nth term in the um, series. And next one is the uh, what is the kind of sum of the n terms of the AP, and sum of the AP term in terms of AP n by 2 um, into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the Sn equal to and of AP. Like that, what is if you know the first last term, Sn equal to n by 2 into a plus L. That is the sum of the first term when you do first term and last term. That is sum of the n terms of AP is like that actually. So, but the next one is the very important kind of special characters actually. Sum of n sum of means the first n natural numbers is the n into n plus 1 by 2, like that. The sum of the squares of first n natural numbers is the n into n plus 1 by 2, n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6, and sum of the cubes of the first n natural numbers is the n into n plus 1 by 2 whole square, and sum of the first n odd numbers actually n square. These are the already mentioned in the study material. Just try to um, understand these formulas, how it is used also be, and work out all the related to examples are also. What is the next move to the geometric series are also. Geometric progression is also be series like that. The the ratio of successive two terms is the same, like means suppose we have the 2, 4, 8, 16, their ratio is the 2 only here, and 5, 15, 45, 135, the common ratio is 3 only here. It has the example sums are given in the first the T22 by T1, that common ratio is the ratio equal to T2 by T1 actually. And what is the sum of what is the sum of the geometric progression series? A into is the first term, and r power n minus r1 by r minus 1, or if it is r is less than 1, r is less than r is less than 1, the terms are 1 minus r to the power of n by 1 minus r. Next, infinite series is also be very important. 1 plus 1 by 2 plus etc. a by 1 minus r, infinite sum of the infinite series are also. And these are all about the sequence series, arithmetic and geometric progressions are also be. Next, move to the very important aspects of like sets. What is the sets? Uh, and the sets is what is called the set builder form, and what is meaning by the suppose the sets means suppose the alphabetical kind of like vowels is in one set, even numbers in one set, odd numbers in a one set. It is a writing in a sign kind of set builder form, that is in the, and set the jet sets are represented in the capital letters, and what are the power sets, and that is also very important for the exam point of view. Next, types of functions are also be important. What is the power set also be important. What is the relations and functions, and what about the limits and continuity. Already explained about the differential and integral calculus are also. What are the applications that which are covered in the some material also be, and which are important for the students, and at the foundation level syllabus are also. And understand the basic differentiation, and know about the compute the differential derivative of the function, first principle derivative of the function by the application of the formulas, and higher order differentiation which is used for just a second order degree only here, and what are the concepts of the like marginal cost, marginal revenue, and that kind of the cost related functions and revenue related functions when you differentiate also. Next, about the integral calculus, basic simple applications only covered here also. Next, next logical reasoning. If you took out the first chapter that deals with the questions for which a series of letters, coding and decoding, and which number is different from others, that is the related to odd when ought also be. Next, second chapter deals with the questions consists of sort of final direct successive direction formula related. The students are required to um, ascertain the final direction. The test meant for judge ability to trace out the finally when it starts from the some particular direction, how it is moving, and finally end at which direction it is moving. And next one is the uh, next one is the seating arrangement, the process of making a group of people to sit in a proper free fixed manner. Actually, certain kind of conditions are also be given. Suppose 5 persons or 6 persons or 7 or maximum persons, 9 persons, and whether it is a circle or sitting in a straight line or opposite directions or in a circular, whether it is a clockwise or anti-clockwise, that you have to understand. There also you have to see the degrees are also be, if it is a straight line 180 degrees, and if it covers total 360 degrees in the circle also be. And a statistical point of view, the syllabus, statistical description of data to understand overview of the subject of statistics and application thereof, know about the data collection and including the distinction of primary and secondary data techniques, and working out the cumulative frequency, present data, textual data, concepts of sampling also be very important. And in that, standard error concept also be very important also, when the types of sampling, probability sampling and non-probability sampling also be. Next, coming to the measures of central tendency and dispersion topic, and what are the, when we collect the data, after that there is a kind of like measures of central position values. Here, arithmetic mean, median, mode, geometric mean, and harmonic mean are the various kind of computational techniques for a measures of central tendency also. Respective properties are also be important. What is general arithmetic mean? Means arithmetic mean, and with respect to their properties also be. And whether the arithmetic mean is affected by scale and origin also be. Is independent of, whether it is independent or of the scale or the origin or not. Yes, no. And median and respective properties, mode and respective properties where it is used also. Geometric mean also be where it is used. Harmonic mean and respective properties are also. And respective computational techniques and advantage and disadvantage of these techniques are also be discussed here, and these are all very important also be. And the probability concepts and the definition of probability, and the theorems of additional theorem of probability, conditional probability, expected probabilities, and its applications are also be important, which are given in the study material also be. Those concepts just try to understand and write separately what concepts and are related to probability and definitions. Um, Apart from that, what is the additional probability problem, and a conditional probability, what are their properties, and expected probabilities, especially the mean and variances of that expected probabilities are also be important for the for the exam point of view. Next, a theoretical distribution, when the techniques are discrete distribution and contribution distribution, uh, and the properties and the limitations, applications of binomial distribution, normal distribution, like very important. And they now move to the correlation regression topic also be very important. The meaning of bivariate data, what is in the generally in the above topics, actually in the statistics, um, single talking about the single point of view like data mean and variances are also be. Now the correlation regression talking about the 2 points actually at the same point of what is the relation, degree of relation between the two variables, like demand and supply, and demand and price also be, like demand and these kind of things can be discussed. The relations are with the help of bivariate data only, and whether the positive correlation, negative correlation, or no correlation also be, zero correlation. Concepts of regressions are also be regression equation x on y, regression equation y on x, and this the next important thing is important the 5 index numbers, construction of index numbers, like here in the syllabus, simple aggregate and quantity index numbers are also price index numbers. Just kind of the index numbers, when we talk about the index numbers, very interesting and topic. There actually simple averages and relative averages are also be given. Weighted method also be very given, and in that actually means combining of quantities are also prices with quantities are also. Weighted aggregate and weighted relatives are also the two categories actually. And last pairs index method and a Parshi's index number and a Marshall-Edgeworth method, Fisher's index numbers are also be there in the syllabus. Now we talk about the last pairs index numbers. The last pairs index number is equal to summation P1 Q0 by P0 Q0 into 100. That means here last pairs index numbers, which is a weighted index number, weighted method, and weighted aggregative index number also be sigma P1 Q0 by P0 Q0. Here if you look at these quantities, this is a base year, this is a current year actually. Sorry, this is a current year as well as base year actually. 1 means here is referred to the current year, and 0 is the base period actually. And last pairs index number is measuring based on the taking the current year base year quantities as weights. Base year quantities as weights actually. Next one is Parshi's index number, which is sigma P1 Q1 by sigma P0 Q1 into 100. If you look at this is the current year quantities as weights. If you look at this is base year quantities as weights as far as the examination point of view. Marshall-Edgeworth index number both current year quantities as average of current year quantities as well as the base year quantities as weights. Marshall-Edgeworth index number is summation of P1 into P0 Q0 plus Q1 sigma P0 into Q0 plus Q1 into 100. This is the average of the base year and current year quantities as weights. And Fisher's index number is the geometric mean of the last pairs and Parshi's index number. Fisher's index number is the geometric mean of last pairs and Parshi's index number. And you have the weighted average index relative method also, which are given in the formula, which is given in the study material also be. Which is weight, and the relative means this Pn by P naught actually, relative prices actually. That is the current year price to base year price. That we have to compare. The chain index numbers, quantity index numbers, when talking about the production in we can use the quantity index numbers. And what are the spacing and the deflated value, current value by price index number of the current year, and deflated value equal to or current value equal to or current value into base year by current price. Next, test of adequacy or 4 kind of tests of adequacy. This is a very important for the examination point of view. One is the unit test. Second one is the time reversal test, TRT. Next, third one is the time reversal test. Next one is factor reversal test. Fourth one is a circular test. Okay, these are the 4 kind of tests of adequacies are there. This test request formula should be independent of the unit. that is, when we are talking about the unit test, which are the prices of the quantities are quoted except the simple unweighted aggregative index number formulas. Rest of the formulas are all satisfy the unit test. That means they are mentioned all kind of means prices and quantities are counted except in the aggregative index simple weight unweighted aggregative means they are not mentioned any kind of quantities there actually. Next, time reversal test. When we talk about the P01 and Q01 equal to 1, in that actually uh, equal to 1, that is the time reversal test, and the factor reversal test is the sigma um, P01 and the Q01 equal to volume kind of index number. Next, circular index number is the when we talk about the time reversal test and factor reversal test, uh, that satisfies the Fisher's index number only, which satisfies the Fisher's index number, both the tests. So it is the ideal index number, which is very important for the this kind of MCQ is the very important for the examination point of view also. Next one is the circular test is the this index number is the concerned with the measurement of price changes over a period of years or also. Shifting of base periods like a sigma Pn by P naught, like a P naught by P, like that periods Pn by Pn minus 1. The periods are base period shifting like and changes time the least. This shiftability base is called circular. Base is shifting here. This test is not satisfied the last pairs Cauchy's or Fisher's index number also be. This test is satisfied the simple geometric mean of price relative and the weighted aggregative with the fixed weights. With the fixed weights, this test is satisfied. This also be very important for the rest of the last pairs and Cauchy's and Fisher's index numbers are not satisfied also. These are all about the very important questions which are comes from the and how the chapter wise you have to cover for the examination also be, and the basic things that you have to practice well and how you can clear the examination also be. When we talk about the correlation regression and their properties, what is the coefficient of determination, coefficient of non-determination, what is the regression equation x on y, regression equation y on x, and what is the index numbers, what is the purpose of the index numbers, and in that what is the meaning of last pairs and the Cauchy's index numbers, Marshall index number, Edgeworth index number, and Fisher's index number. What are the various types of test of adequacy, that is the unit test of the time reversal test, factor reversal test, and the circular test. These concepts just focus on this about these topics and what are the index numbers that are satisfying are also be we just you mention in your own table that you easily understand the concepts and which are based on the study material also be and the facts that you have to build a table, and if you have further any query just you feel free to contact your my landline number also be, and with this background and today I want to conclude this section and wish you all the best for the examination, and thank you students for this watching the today's session also. Wish you all the best.